Chest up, shoulders back. This is Revival Fitness, and the fitness industry circus has a new act in town, kids. I don't really care about this, guys, but people have asked me about it. It's going to get me a lot of clicks, I'm sure, so screw it, we'll talk about it. If you have not seen, Alex Eubank, who has a bunch of followers on numerous platforms, one of his comments on an old video from like 3 or more years ago has resurfaced, where he says, "I'm about to hop on LGD, Rad 140, Ostarine, MK, hey that's me, and maybe some YK11 for my first cycle. What do you think will happen?" And then the last part of that is incorrectly spelled, so people are saying that's how you know it's sarcastic or it's a joke. Maybe. So it looks like Alex is a sarm goblin. I don't think I've ever seen him in a Bass Pro Shops hat or with a dangly cross earring, so this is ultimately typical fitness fanboy drama, but I want to use this as an opportunity to ask you guys a serious question, which we'll get to toward the end of the video. But this instance once again proves that the fitness space, not only are a lot of people creating the content, like the stars of the show, not only are they on the mental emotional level of teenage girls, so are the vast majority of you guys consuming the content. A lot of you guys are, 16, 18, 20? I was there. I get it. You guys, and I'm telling you this as a friend, as a big bro, I'm not saying this to be mean to you because someone needs to tell you, you guys are very naive, you have your priorities in the wrong place, and you let your emotions get in the way of your rationale and logic. As expected, the reaction to this has been very stupid. The emotions are running rampant. Guys are changing their tampons, losing their minds. "Oh my god, bro, I can never follow you again after this, bro. I can't believe it. Are you serious, bro? Please say psych. I'm devastated. I'm never watching this guy again. Another hero I look up to," all this stuff. Guys, do you understand what the fitness industry is? The fitness industry, the core business model of it, is exactly what is going on here. You claim natural, you rope people in, that's basically your marketing premise. Even the word natural when it comes to food is the same thing. "Oh, this food is all natural," even if on the back of the label there's a ton of added stuff and it's complete trash. "Oh, but it's a natural food." Okay, you rope people in, you give them a promise, and then you can get them to join things, they buy stuff. That's just business, guys. But as you guys should know by now, the more somebody claims natural and the more they talk about it, the more it has to be true. We can refer to the chart here. And if you're not catching the sarcasm, I am joking. The more somebody talks about being natural, guys, in 99.999 to 100% of cases, they're not being honest about it. That's why they say it over and over. They're trying to lower your suspicions right off the bat. And that is their branding, right? "I'm a natural lifter, natural this, natural that." It's all just marketing at the end of the day, no matter how emotionally invested guys get into this topic. And, just like I mentioned, that's why it's such effective business. You guys are so mentally and emotionally attached to the natural label. I really don't understand why. I don't know if it's this hopium, as if like, "Oh, well, I can look like that without doing the dreaded juice." But if we look at Alex's YouTube description, he says, "Hey, my name is Alex Eubank, and I am a natural lifter who creates fitness and lifestyle content focused around building my best natural physique." Every other post they make is about how natural they are. Some of these guys say it in every single post. I've tried to tell you guys before, man. A lot of guys now say this tongue-in-cheek. They say it jokingly because everybody knows that everybody else is lying about it. These guys get their stuff from the same person, then do a gym photo shoot, and they're just like, "Natty Kings, brah." The entire natty topic is ultimately a joke, and that's why I like to treat it as such. Because it's completely ridiculous, you're never going to get transparency. Even the guys who admit to being on stuff, they always greatly downplay the amount that they're taking. The new trend of this is only TRT bro or just TRT bro. That's just their way of admitting the obvious because they're in too deep to claim natty, but they're never going to say how much they do. It's always just, "Oh, I just do a little bit bro and it's my genetics and all this stuff." And when it comes to this topic, it's always the same things the fanboys are mashing their keyboards and on their phones in the comments about, right? It's the same stuff every time, guys. It happens year after year. It never is any different. So on one end of the argument, it's going to be what? "Oh, what are you, just jealous, bro? Are you mad because he just works that much harder, bro? He trains that much harder, bro? He never misses a meal, bro? he goes to the gym 6-7 days a week, bro. So that's the one typical fanboy reply to this. Even if the people talking about this are raising very valid points, it's like, okay, how did he get so shredded so fast? How did he gain so much muscle so fast? This guy's been lifting for almost a decade now, and he's still packing on size really, really fast. He's like shredded and still hitting PRs. What are you, jealous, bro? This is why I told you guys earlier, you let your emotions get in the way of your rational thinking. The next element is going to be, this is a great one, this has been used for a long time too, the genetics card. So let's reference our friend the bell curve. Everybody on the bell curve is existing in the given field of what we're talking about, right? When it comes to the fitness industry though, every single influencer has top 1% genetics. Every single one of them can defy the laws that every other natural exists by. They can make rapid progress and gain a bunch of muscle even after they've been training for years and years. They can stay really big and full while being completely shredded. A small fraction of people are that genetically elite. And by the way, the people with true elite genetics and fitness, they are IFBB pros. They are record-holding powerlifters. They might even be both. But then these run-of-the-mill guys who just have big social medias, oh, he's genetically elite, bro. Do you think so? Another thing I see a lot is, oh, well, it's just the angle and the lighting and the camera, bro. It's just the Lightroom presets, bro. It's, he's got a photographer and a videographer, and it's the downlighting and all this other stuff. I get that, guys. That obviously is a big role, especially today. It is definitely true that a lot of these influencers in real life do not look like they look in their pictures. Some of these guys, if you ask me, these Photoshop dudes are getting really good at this stuff. It's much harder to tell than it used to be. These edits used to be much more obvious, especially these girls that make their butts look bigger and their waists look smaller. Stuff is bending in the background. But a lot of these guys, man, you see their pictures, then you see them when they're just candidly out somewhere, which you probably never do, right? That's why social media is so powerful. You only see the exact angle and everything they want you to see. Even so, though, guys, a lot of you have extremely skewed understandings of what PED users look like. I see in the comments all the time, guys will say, oh, well, this guy's not that big, bro. I talk about Athlete X as an example. Guys always say, Jeff Cavaliere, he's not that big. That's not the point, guys. That dude is like 5 to 6% body fat all year and has been like that for over a decade. On top of that, the guy's like in his 40s. If you think you can maintain this level of shreddedness all year without serious health problems, totally naturally, you have no understanding of this space. You think you do, you're convinced that you're right too because you suffer from Dunning-Kruger, but you're absolutely delusional. Tons of pro athletes take PEDs too and they're not looking like bodybuilders either. You guys actually think that you can do a couple cycles and you're going to be competing for a pro card in bodybuilding. That's not how this works, guys. I worked at a commercial gym. I managed it for over 2 years in Los Angeles. Huge gym populace there. The general commercial gym floor, I don't care if this is the United States, UK, Canada, wherever else you might be watching this video, this applies for everywhere across the globe. The average commercial gym, not even a serious hardcore strength or bodybuilding gym, the general gym that is $30 a month, even Planet Fitness for Christ's sake, guys, the average gym has dozens and dozens of users on the gym floor at a given time using PEDs. Men and women both. The average PED user barely looks like he lifts weights. The average PED user is still in novice purgatory. They're still fighting against a 135, 155 pound bench press. What was the guy that got popular recently? The dude that's back was covered in acne. He was like, I went on PEDs my first day in the gym. That is way more common, guys, than somebody like Alex Eubank, let alone somebody like Chris Bumstead. The average PED user is a commercial gym schmuck, floundering around. Their diet's still not very good. They don't understand how to train. They're doing everything wrong, but they think that the PEDs alone are going to save them. I say all of that because you guys have very skewed perceptions of what PEDs really do. You guys actually think in these comment sections, these dudes think they could look like some bodybuilder they see online. Oh, this guy's just a dumb juice head, bro. I could look like that too. You see this in comments all the time, man. I could look like that too if I just did a few cycles. Oh, I could be as strong as you if I just stuck a needle in my ass too. No, you couldn't, buddy. And that's going to lead us into the final point of this video. I have a serious question for you guys. I mean this genuinely. Why do you care so much about somebody else's natty or not status. Bro, every time one of these things comes up, these guys are in the comments losing their minds. I can't believe it. Oh my goodness. Or these guys are, crossing oceans to defend their favorite influencer. Oh, he would never, bro. I know for a fact he wouldn't take anything. He never has. Like, know for a fact? Have you even met the guy in person? Oh, I met this guy. He goes to my gym, bro. He says he doesn't do anything, and I know he wouldn't lie to me. Okay, you guys who are so emotionally tied to this, it's basically like your religion. The Church of Natty. Everybody must be natural. Bow down at the altar of Natty. You guys are one of the biggest reasons why transparency is never going to happen on these topics. What does it matter to you? Right? So take Alex, for example. Let's assume, all right, oh, he's not natty, whatever, okay? How does this tangibly affect your life? Because he claimed natural, and if he's not now, or if you think he's not now, whatever the case might be, does this stop you from training? Does this diminish your enjoyment of the gym and of the lifestyle? Are you not going to go to the gym tomorrow and work out the same? Are you not going to eat the same meals? I'll say this. If your own motivation and or discipline when it comes to this lifestyle, if they're affected in any way by someone else's natty or not status, you need to find a different activity. Get mad at me if you want, but that's the absolute truth, man. If you were the last person on earth, if there was no other guys to impress, no women to impress, if it was just you and an empty gym for the rest of your life, would you not train in it? I would train. I'm sure a lot of you guys would too. But when it comes to these external circumstances, these guys get so ruffled in their feathers, like, oh, I can't believe he's taking something. I wanted to look like him and now I'm not. Who cares, bro? You guys are always comparing yourselves. Well, can I look like this guy? Probably not, dude. You don't have his genetics. You don't have his bone structure. You don't have his potential PED cycle. He inspires me. Well, that's fine. I'm glad he does, but even so, you don't have to fixate on him as if he's the goal you must strive for. A lot of you guys, man, especially if you follow a lot of these mainstream dudes with millions of followers, you guys barely have a grasp on the basics yet, okay? You barely have basic exercise form down. Your diet is still a big question mark. You're always, I'm bulking for a bit, then I get too fat and I cut. Oh, I'm gonna main gain, bro, all this bullshit, right? Dude, you guys are spending 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours a day consuming just mindless fitness industry drama and natty or not. Oh, what does this guy take? Does he take this? What's he doing now? What about this? He has veins in his abs from this angle. You guys are obsessed over the wrong stuff, bro. Once you're ingrained in this lifestyle, what does it really affect you that somebody else is or is not using? And furthermore, are you really naive enough to think that everybody claiming it's true just because he said it? He competed in a natural show. He passed a polygraph test. He passed a drug test. You're just too young to know better. You're going to figure this out as you get older, but I tried to tell you in this video, so thanks for watching.